Hey friends, November the 1st, we had a great Halloween. Michelle and I sat out front. A lot of kids came by. It was really fun. We have lots of pumpkin to process. So I'm just going to show you how we do it here. We even have the pumpkin seeds. Michelle did a really good job getting these clean. I'm going to roast these. I'm going to do them savory, little salty, rosemary, and then I'm going to do some of these sweet and cinnamony. But we'll go ahead and we'll process. You guys can join along with us. We are gonna go ahead and can. I'm gonna make some pumpkin soup. I'm gonna try that with this one. I'm curious to see what it looks like inside. Then we're gonna go ahead and dice some vac-pac them and freeze some pumpkin. So let's have fun. Hey guys, we've got the station set up. I've got a very large cutting board. I want a lot of surface space. Now underneath the cutting board, I've got two silicone pads for baking. This is going to stop the cutting board from sliding. Very important. You don't want that sliding around while you're handling a knife. So look, it's nice and solid. Got a nice, sharp chef knife, and I've got my steel. Now this doesn't sharpen it, folks. This is a steel. It basically hones the blade. So if you were looking at this blade like this through a microscope, you would see the blade. Now when you use the blade, it bends because you're pushing it against the cutting board. This hones it. That's all that does. All you need to do is hit it a couple times on the hard end and then the soft end. So we've got everything set up. Let's start carving. I'm just going to cut them in little rectangles and then squares so I can remove the skin. I'll probably get that here later. I just want it flat. I don't want it sliding around. Always keep your fingers curled. Guys, we use our pumpkins every year. I don't understand how folks can't use them. It's a great source of food for our pantry, and it's just so good to have fresh pumpkin. If you don't, you can always go buy a small pumpkin and process it. Okay, so we've got our dump bucket over here, and then I've got a Ziploc here because it's going to take a couple days to process this, guys. I only have an hour for lunch and then maybe an hour or two after work. Miss Rochelle's going to probably help me this afternoon. So a couple days, and she just likes them in little 1-inch squares. Take them out in little sections like that. Now, it's only been out a night. Some of them have a little bit of mold, but that's okay. We're going to shave that off. It's coming along pretty well. Just taking my time. I want to get that flesh out. Some of it had like little pieces of mold, even just from one night. Make that flat. Now I can get up in there like this. Now I could take these whole pieces, I could put them on a sheet pan and I can just bake them with the skin and peel them. I don't like it like that. I think the flesh turns brown. I want it nice and bright and orange. So now I've got my little pieces over here. And the weather's been really nice here, guys. Mid-70s. It is supposed to get, I think, 80 on Thursday before a cold front. But we got a little bit of rain this morning. It's actually feeling like fall. and we are feeling better. Miss Rochelle and I, the allergies we think have gone away. Cross fingers and pray. It was really bad. The allergies made us so sick. We're getting there. This little method's called soldiering. It's kind of a kitchen term for cooks and chefs. Just you want to line everything up, so you're just doing it a lot quicker. We are actually really excited about Thanksgiving. We do 2 turkeys. I do a traditional turkey in the oven, and I take one out to the smoker. And after Thanksgiving, what we do is we all get in the kitchen and we make turkey tamales. It's fun. We vac-pac them, freeze them, and we have them for the rest of the year. I think we're almost out from last year. We'll do black bean as well too. We'll pull out the hatch chilies that you guys saw us process, and then we'll blend some of that into the masa, and it's just so good. It's like a green chili tamale. But definitely looking forward to Thanksgiving, and we'll probably be sharing all that with you guys as well. We'll compost the scraps. All right, onto the white one. Curious to see what it looks like. Just gonna pop this down like that. We got a callus on my chef finger. I lost the callus. Been cutting so much. Oh wow, that's yellow. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna start scraping out the seeds, and then we'll start processing. A really interesting color to them. The outside is green, and this is a little yellow. They smell a little different. I don't know how to describe it, but I'm sure Miss Rochelle will do some baking with it. Okay, wow. Felt like I was back working as a chef. My fingers are sore from chopping. So we got 3 gallons of the regular pumpkin, the sweet pumpkin, and I got about 1.5 gallons or 3/4 of the yellow pumpkin. I'm gonna go ahead and break out the pressure canner. We're gonna go ahead and start by getting the pumpkin up to temp. We want to do that. Now for our area here, we're going to be using quarts. I'll probably do about 4 to 6 of them. We'll do quarts. We're under 1,000 feet altitude, so 10 pounds. And then we're going to pressure can these for 90 minutes. So I'm going to start working on that. gonna go ahead and use spring water, filtered water. I don't want to use the tap water. I'm gonna go ahead and simmer these for, I don't know, 5 minutes just to get everything up to temp before I put them in the jars. I might go a little longer. Okay, it's time to start putting these in the jars. Always want to put these in the jars hot, just from what I've learned over the years, before you put them in the pressure canner. So we got some rain this morning, which is nice. Our fall garden is doing really well. We have carrots, we have parsnips, turnips, beets. We have the snow peas, which I'm really excited about. Gosh, man, I'm telling you, they produce even till January, February. We don't really get that cold here. Normally, I should say. Nothing's been really normal. Are you playing with your ball there, buddy? Your little toy? You always got to make a cameo, don't you? But yeah, we even have some Asian long beans that are coming up. We might get lucky and be able to get a harvest out of those. Of course, the broccoli, the squash, you saw the last video. We had to buy some. I have some seedlings. I have some seedlings that we started that did do pretty good, that we're going to be planting this weekend when we have time. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and then we'll get these in the pressure canner. Well, we got 1 of the white pumpkin and then 3 of the other pumpkin. We're going to process these different ways, guys. I'm just rubbing vinegar, cleaning the lids, cleaning everything. We don't want anything to impede the lids sticking. Okay, I'm happy with that. Finger tight. Whew, they're hot. All right, into the pressure canner they go. 10 pounds. 90 minutes. We got the water level correct. This All-American is really nice. And guys, I could have done more, but Miss Rochelle, she likes to freeze some of it. She likes to preserve it different ways. I'm sure we might even do more pressure canning. Just gonna lock that up. Trying to make it as even as possible. I'll turn the heat on. Now we're not going to put the weight on until this starts to steam. And I want to let it come out. Make sure it steams a little bit, maybe 5 minutes. And then we'll get our pressure to 10. And we'll cook it for 90 minutes and we'll be back. Alright guys, it's been probably 4 or 5 hours. We went ahead and processed for an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. I let it sit in the pressure cooker for 2-3 hours. We're gonna set it on these mats. Let me turn some lights on so you can see. They look really good. And we're just gonna let them sit overnight and cool. Hey guys, it's Wednesday. We got all the jars pressure canned. We just did 4. That's all we need for Rochelle and I. I might do some more Rochelle likes me to process it a different way as well too. So I'm gonna take the remaining pumpkin, I'm gonna cook it really lightly, like 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna puree it after it really drains, and then we're gonna vac pack it, and we're gonna make our little, what we call books, that we stack in the freezer. So we'll go ahead and start on that. Okay, I've got water in here coming to a simmer. Get me a spoon. We're going to go ahead and do the regular pumpkin here, the sweet pumpkin in this one. I might have to do 2 batches. That's fine. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the white or yellow pumpkin in this smaller one. That's good enough for now. So 2 minutes, I'm going to set the clock and we'll be right back. Okay guys, once it came to the boil, it's been 4 minutes. I don't want it to overcook and be that soggy. See how it's just cutting with the spoon? I'll do it again. Nice and easy. I don't want it to be saturated with water. So we're going to turn this off. The other one over here needs a little more time, and we're gonna drain this into a colander to drain it properly. Okay, over to the sink. Now I want to keep this water because I need it hot water for another batch. So I'm just going to take this fryer strainer and then just ladle it right into this colander. Again, the idea or the goal here, the end goal, is to try to get as much water out of that cooked pumpkin as possible, so you don't have a soggy pumpkin puree. You have it, it's concentrated, it has its flavor. And then we put this pot back on the stove and we'll do batch number 2. A quick rinse with cold water to stop the cooking process. Let's check this one out. Check and see the tenderness. Just another 2 minutes. Beginning of November, and we're still getting fresh basil. It's amazing. Okay. We'll let this cool down and we'll do our second batches. And then I'll show you the next step. Okay guys, these have cooled down a little bit. I still want them a little warm so they will process in the food processor. So now I'm going to go ahead and just blend them up to a puree. Oops, I lost a couple. I don't want to fill this too high, and I'll show you why. I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on. I always wait to plug stuff in until I'm ready, but I'm going to go ahead and leave this top part off so it'll vent. If you leave that on, it might shoot it up. So I'm just going to leave that off. And we're just going to slowly pulse until we get the consistency that we want. That's exactly what we want, guys. Now, any other water that's in there, because it's still hot, it's still carrying over, will evaporate. I want, for Miss Rochelle, a concentrated pure pumpkin puree. So we're just going to keep working this out. Just going to pour it in here. And I will pop, once I fill this, I'll pop that, I'll let it sit out to evaporate for about an hour, and then I'll pop it in the fridge for another hour, and then we'll vac pack it. On to the next batch. Hey guys, I'm going to pop these in the chest freezer. I know it sounds crazy, but what I'm trying to do is I want to get it firm. So when I go to vac pack it, it doesn't just bleed out everywhere. So I'm going to keep it in here for a couple hours, get it firm, and then I'll show you how we vac-pac. Okay guys, the puree has been kind of in the freezer. It's nice and tight. That's exactly what I want. I don't want it to bleed through as I vac-pac it. So I'm gonna start vac-packing. This little device was given to me by a friend, and I'm gonna give it a try. It's kind of like a Ziploc bag holder. Kind of gives you some extra hands to help you. So I'm gonna just give it a test. Maybe it'll help. I like it so far. So these bags are gonna fill approximately 2 cups. That's pretty much the recipes that Rochelle uses when she makes, you know, pumpkin pie, bread, etc. So these are gonna be about 2 cups. That looks about right. Actually, let me check the setting. Okay, it's got a moist setting and a gentle setting, and that's what I want to use because I'm using a puree. And I'm assuming some of it is going to come out, but that's fine. Actually working out really well. That is perfect. I'm very happy with that. You see how it lays down nice and flat? We call these like little books. And we do this with our pestos, anything else that we produce. You can lay it in the freezer and it stays nice and flat. You can pull it out like a book. I'm going to continue with the rest of this. Very nice, very nice. And I've got a couple of these commercial sheet pans. They're really nice to have when you're doing large items in the kitchen, maybe butchering meat. So you can order these online. You can go to a kitchen supply store, but these are full sheet pans, stainless steel. They're wonderful to have in the kitchen. Well, we did good today. Thanks for hanging out. So we processed 2 different ways. We got 4 quarts, 3 of the sweet, and then 1 of the white pumpkin. We pressure canned them. I'll put some more information down below. And then we processed just the kind of old school way, I call it. We diced them, we boiled them, we pureed them, and then we just vac-packed them. So for the regular pumpkin, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the white we got 4. So I'm really happy about that. Just so much better than buying pureed pumpkin in the store for your holiday meals or whatever. We eat this all year round. So what we do is last year's pumpkin we're going to use this year for the holidays and whatnot, and then this is going to go in the freezer. This is going to go in the pantry, and we use them during the summer and the spring and whatnot, but we tend to use pumpkin more in the fall just because of the recipes that we have. So hopefully you guys learned something. If you buy a pumpkin for the kids and you carve it for a jack-o'-lantern, give it a shot. You may not have a pressure canner that may be a little more complex for you. No big deal. This method right here is really easy. Give it a shot. I'll put some more instructions and recipes down below. But hey guys, use your pumpkins. If you eat squash, you should be eating your pumpkins. give it a try. Hey, thanks for watching, folks. We do have papetos that we're going to be roasting. That's called pumpkin seeds. We're going to do a sweet, and then we're going to do a savory, and we'll show you how we do that here in a few days or so. But thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate you so much. Subscribe, share with your friends if you'd like, and as always, God bless. Take care.